Hey y'all. Hey y'all. I'm trying to wait for people to get in here before I start talking. I decided to do my video live today so I wouldn't have to go back and edit it. So I wanted to come on here and update you guys and talk to you guys about emergency SNAP for January. I think pretty much all 50 of the states have been approved. And then there was some other information that I found. How are we getting another stimulus? I want to say yes. Nothing has been passed right now. I mean, we still have to wait for the president to do his inauguration on the 20th of January. I do know that they're supposed to be releasing some literature around this new stimulus package on this Thursday, the 14th. But I mean, it's pretty much up to them again. It depends on what the House Democrats and Republicans want to do this time around. I know there's some pushback from some of them for different reasons. But in terms of stimulus, I don't know if it's going to pass or not. If I just had to give an educated guess, I would say that there's a really big possibility because with the Senate runoff in Georgia, that's pretty much what they campaigned on. So they want to keep their promise. I know it's going to be some limits, some income limits. Everybody's not going to be able to get it. There's been a lot of talk about they don't want people who are making like $200,000-300,000 a year. They don't think that they need an extra stimulus check, which I agree. But I also heard talk that they were saying that anybody who has a gets a paycheck shouldn't get it, and I don't necessarily agree with that because there are some people that are working part time and are probably only bringing in like what $500 for 2 weeks worth of work. So I definitely think that they should get stimulus out there to more than just people who don't get a paycheck. I think everybody who's not rich can stand to benefit from a stimulus paycheck, a stimulus check, I should say. Thank you. Black Orchid Empire Forge. I think I said that right. I keep getting denied for food stamps, yet my husband is the only one working and he only makes 1 to 200 a week. So Ashley, have you submitted that information for your husband? What state are you in? Indiana. I'm not really sure about their income limits. I do know that with the EBT program, there is an income limit. I would think that it would be doubled when you have a spouse and as well when you have dependents. But I would definitely try to contact your worker. And then if she's not or he is not giving you the information, or just calling to see if you can speak with a supervisor to see if they can give you some information as to why you don't qualify for that program, especially if there's only one person with income. I haven't heard that Biden wants to get rid of Social Security. That sounds interesting. Thank you, Patty. All right, let me see here. I'm going to get to you guys' questions again in a minute. Again, I wanted to just update you guys on the information that I had. So let me pull up my info on my phone because that's where I keep it most times. Yes, all the reports on I hear you, Greg. Let's see here. Now, first thing I did want to talk about is about the $600 stimulus that they're supposed to be doing in California. As far as I know, that was a proposal that the governor wants to get passed by the lawmakers, but it has not been passed yet. He's still awaiting for that to get passed. Sherry, anything for New York? You mean in terms of emergency SNAP? Because I do got the list right here. That'll be the first thing I do for SNAP. Let me see. I'm going to give you guys the names of the states right now. So these are going to be the names of the states that have all been approved. I'm not going to go through the payout dates. I'm going to do that in a separate video only because it's just too many. But it's been updated today, and it says so far Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Guam, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oregon, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. So it looks like pretty much most of them have been approved for emergency SNAP for January. I don't see Pennsylvania on here. And the Virgin Islands. So it looks like there's a few more. Did I see Mississippi? Yeah. I want to say there's probably, I wasn't counting, but if I had to guess, I would say maybe like 10 states that still have yet to be approved for emergency SNAP for January. Arkansas. Nope, I don't see Arkansas. Is there going to be 200 more? I got my SNAP max, but not the 15%. So in terms of the 15%, from what I've read, and you guys got to understand that a lot of these sources are not actual government sources. Like some of them are. The one I'm looking at now is from the United States Department of Agriculture when it comes to the SNAP program. But some of these resources are like articles and things that I just researched on the internet, or that I have set to alert me with a notification whenever some new information comes out. So it's like one site will say one thing and another one will say something different. So I know for LA, the 15% increase, I do remember reading that we're going to get that, but it's going to be for January. So California is a month behind in how they pay out their emergency benefits. Some states are like that. We just got our December benefits on January 10th. So that means our January benefits, we won't get them until February. So we should see the 15% increase in February because that's when we get paid for January. I hope that makes sense. New York. No, New York. New York. Did I say New York? Oh, no, I didn't see New York. Yeah, New York is not on here. Oh, and for Texas, I don't know if there's anybody in here that's from Texas, but for Texas, the website says between, I think, the 4th and the 9th. However, I had quite a few people that chimed in and said that they were told that they wouldn't get anything until the 23rd in Texas. So I believe that the 23rd is when they're going to get their emergency SNAP allotments for Texas. I don't know why they haven't changed it on their site. I'm going to look at it now. But on this website for the United States Department of Agriculture, I believe it said the 4th through the 9th. Yeah, it still says the 4th through the 9th, but I believe it's the 23rd for Texas. Am I still going to get my $600 stimulus? Why didn't you get your $600 stimulus, Greg? Ohio. I do think Ohio is on here for emergency SNAP. Yep, Ohio, you're getting your emergency SNAP. They said that SNAP will not be on the food stamps until the 3rd. Yeah, the 23rd. So for Texas, if you didn't get it between the 4th and the 8th, which is what's on the United States Department of Agriculture website, then it should be on the 23rd. I don't know why they haven't updated it on the site. What about Kentucky? I see Kentucky. You need the date, or you just want to know if they've been approved? For California, I believe we'll be getting the 15% increase next month because we're behind. My check was sent out on the 6th, but nothing yet. Yeah, I know some people close to me who are waiting, and their check was supposedly sent out on the 6th. So, they've been having some issues with the United States Postal Service. Is New York getting the extra stamp? I don't see New York on this site, but you know what? I got some time, so let me look it up a different way and see if I can find it. New York emergency SNAP for January 2021. I don't see them on here. No, it's not on the United States Department of Agriculture for New York, so I don't see them on here for that. Wait. No, that's Texas. That's not New York. Okay. My max in Georgia is on the 27th. You're welcome, Victoria. The date for Kentucky. Let me look up the date for Kentucky. But I don't see anything for New York. Let me look up Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky, it says between January 2nd and the 19th, according to the regular schedule and based off of the last digits of your social security numbers. And then if you're just recently got approved in Kentucky, then you will get the emergency SNAP the day after your approval. But for everybody else, between the 2nd and the 19th. Oh, thank you. They're brass and copper. Let me look up the was that the internet? Yeah, it was. All right. Did you guys hear about Beyonce? For those of you who know about Beyonce, she's supposed to be offering $5,000 grants for people who are suffering in terms of foreclosures and evictions and stuff. Oklahoma. I think it's only 100 applications, but I was looking at that. I was going to talk to you guys about that too in my next video, just so that you guys are aware. You guys keep saying $200 increase. Let me look that up because I don't see that. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to mute the microphone real quick so I can yell upstairs. All right, I'm back. Me and my son have 2 weeks to move, and I have no idea where to start. Um, what state are you in, Nicole? I should have asked you what are you receiving, like any type of government assistance? I'm not really sure about all states, but I do know in California they do have a program. Um, You said you and your son. I do know that if you, it may not be the information that you want, but I mean, it's something to look into. I don't know if they have it in Florida, but I know that out here, if you're receiving like CalWorks, which means you're getting money from the government, as well as food stamps, EBT for you and your children, then they have these programs where if you say that you're homeless and you don't have anywhere to live, they will give you money to go and stay in a hotel, or they'll give you vouchers that you can use at a specific hotel, and then it kind of sometimes bumps up your name on Section 8 waiting lists. So if you and your child stay in a hotel, I think it used to be 90 days. If you're in there for 90 days, then they will actually give you Section 8 fairly quickly. PEBT. For PEBT 2020 and 2021 school year, it's just I think Indiana, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. No other states are doing paying out as of yet, because they're still trying to send in their information, and they haven't done that yet. Why? I don't know. Hey, Kwani. Yeah, Nicole, I would definitely look into seeing if you can get the money side. I don't know what that's called. Out here it's called CalWorks, but I would definitely see if you could get um actual money benefits, as well as what do you call that? CalFresh or food stamp benefits. If you can get money and food stamp benefits, then there's a possibility that you can get other resources. There's plenty of programs. You just gotta kind of look for them. But I will definitely look into that. And in my next video, if I've come up with anything, I will definitely talk about it. So just kind of pay attention to the notifications so that you don't miss it. My uncle is selling his house. Let me see how many states there are. If you guys are just joining in, um, we were basically just going over the states for emergency SNAP for January. And then I just kind of told everybody that they are in the process of writing up a new stimulus package. There's not really a whole lot that Biden can do until he is officially in office. He hasn't transitioned into the office yet, but I do know from some sources that they are supposed to be releasing or discussing, one or the other or both, the new legislation package for stimulus aid on January 14th. So there's a good chance that if something is passed, because there's been a slight shift in power, we could see the third stimulus check sometime in the beginning of February, but it won't be the full 2,000. It's supposed to be 1,400. I don't know if we're going to be getting it for the kids, like if they're going to give $2,000 for the kids. But I don't think so, because that'd be too much. I mean, if you're a household of four and you getting 1,400 for you, and then you got three kids and you getting 1,400 for them, you know what I'm saying? That's over $5,000. I don't see that happening, but I do hope to at least see that they'll give us what they promised, and that's the additional $1,400, so that it will be a $2,000 stimulus. When will Indiana get PEBT benefits? Question: if my state is not approved for emergency. Indiana PEBT. Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. PEBT, Indiana. I see y'all on here. I wish we was getting PEBT out here. So it says that PEBT for Indiana, it says that they actually started issuing that out in October. So for this new school year, 2020-2021, they started issuing PEBT benefits for Indiana in October. There are new eligibility conditions for school and student participation, but they've already started sending out those benefits. So I would check with, I don't know if you guys have oh, here it is. So I can give you the issuance. So for Indiana, this is just for Indiana because they're one of the 3 states that have been approved for PEBT. So for Indiana, if you're eligible for PEBT between October and December of last year, then you should get it. It says issuance month in January, but it gives a date of January 31st, 2021. And then from January through March 2021, April 30th. And then from April to June of 2021, July 31st. And then from July to September, September 30th of 2021. So that was just for Indiana. If you guys go on your site, www.in.gov, you should be able to see this information too, because it also gives information about the schools that are eligible. It doesn't say how much though. Nope. Doesn't say how much, but yeah, that's for Indiana. What's the date for Alabama emergency allotment for January? I will give that to you now, Lori. Alabama survey says January 29th. So for Alabama, January 29th. Well, actually, it says January 29th is when it will be processed, but it won't be available until January 30th. I think I had that same issue with you guys last month because it says January 29th on the issuance date. But then if you keep reading down below, it says that they won't be available until the 30th. So basically, January 30th for Alabama. Delaware. California, we get extra EBT for January and February on the 7th. So February 7th for California. For Delaware, what is the date for Delaware? Pennsylvania, you're not on the list yet. I don't see Delaware either. I don't think Delaware has been approved as of yet, or they just haven't updated their information on the site. South Carolina. I did see South Carolina. For California, February 7th for January. You should have received December's benefits for California on January 10th. What was I looking at? Oh, South Carolina. South Carolina, you were approved for January. The date is... so according to your State's regular SNAP issuance schedule between January 1st and the 19th. And then if you're newly approved for SNAP benefits, then they'll just be dishing out the emergency SNAP benefits daily to accommodate all the new applications. So whatever day you get approved, then you should get your emergency SNAP probably the day after. Do Indiana get emergency EBT? Yes, Indiana does get emergency EBT. For the 15%, majority of the states are either they've already paid that for this month, or they're saying that they may not be able to take care of that until February, March. I don't know why. I haven't heard anything about them doing retroactive pay for the months that they miss, but it's supposed to be approved for all states from January to June. It's just these states, it's taken a while for them to get these systems up and running efficiently so that they will be able to pay out these extra benefits. So I don't know. I'm going to look that up because that was something I was curious about myself to see if they were going to do anything that was retroactive, if they're not going to be able to give it to us right at the beginning of the year. But I do know that there are some states, like I said before, that are paying a month behind, like California. We got our December benefits just this weekend. So, of course, they're not going to give us the 15% increase because there was no increase that was approved for December. So, since we get January benefits in February, I do remember seeing something that's saying we would get the 15% increase in February. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the date that we get the emergency SNAP or if it's just going to be on our regular issuance day with our regular benefits. That part I don't know. Hey, from San Diego. Are you rent checking people in here? He said, I hope, or she said, I hope everyone's paying their landlord. Well, if you can't pay your landlord, then you guys need to get on that, get that eviction coverage that's going on. Look up them letters that I told you guys to look up. They have like templates online that you can print out. You just have to give it to your landlord and say, hey, I'm having problems paying my rent. And yeah, hopefully it gets extended past January. Mississippi checking in. Hey, from Mississippi. Michigan, EBT. Michigan. Yeah. Michigan, you're on here. Nothing for New York. I don't see anything for New York. New York is not on the list. Hi from Boston. Hey, Brooklyn. Is Colorado approved for PEBT? No. The only states that are approved for PEBT is Indiana, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. North Carolina. I did see y'all. North Carolina. Let me see. North Carolina. Oh, yeah. Y'all got a lot of dates. It says it's going to be going for 10 days in January, from the 22nd of January to the 31st. So for North Carolina, you should receive your emergency SNAP on any one of them days. It's going to be going for 10 days from the 22nd to the 31st. Arkansas, I haven't seen Arkansas. Oh, someone just said in the comments, South Carolina is already getting the 15% increase on their regular benefit date. So if you guys were wondering about that, South Carolina says that they're already getting their 15% increase on yours. So whatever your regular issuance date is, that's when you should get it. Virginia, I haven't seen anything about New York. New York is not, I don't know why, but I feel like New York And usually Texas, it's a couple of states that's like always behind. Virginia. Virginia, you were approved for emergency SNAP. It says you'll be getting yours on January 16th. Hey, from Chicago, Miss Patty. New York, I haven't seen anything for New York. Connecticut. I do see Connecticut on here for January. Who is that? Chanel. I do see Connecticut. But that's for emergency SNAP, not the 15% increase. Food stamp benefits. That's what we talking about. Food stamp benefits. No, they haven't approved the $2,000 stimulus. They haven't even sat down and started talking about it. They're getting some pushback from I think it's Joe Manchin. Originally, the media had released a piece of a conversation that he had with another politician, making him look like the bad guy, saying that he wasn't for the $2,000 stimulus. But what it is that he wants the stimulus to be targeted for people who are not earning a sufficient amount of money already, which makes sense. If you're already making 200, 300,000, you don't need extra money right now. But for people who are not making that, then yeah, that makes sense. So he was saying as long and he wanted them to also put more effort into, vaccines and stuff, vaccinating everybody. That's December. Okay. Let me read it to y'all one more time. For January, EBT, emergency allotments, I'm going to read all the states. I'm not doing their payout dates unless you guys specifically ask me. But right now, I'm just going to do the names. Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Guam, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oregon, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. When does Ohio get their stamps? Let me see. Ohio. Y'all hear my baby? He upstairs with his daddy. Being loud. Okay, Ohio. It says Ohio, you'll get them on your regular issuance date. So if your regular issuance date is on the 2nd, then that's when you should get the emergency SNAP allotments as well. Any applications that are approved after the 21st of January, it's going to require the worker to do a manual supplement after approving the application. So for those of you who are approved after the 21st, you're going to have to wait for your caseworker to actually go in there and manually input those extra benefits on your case for you. When do Michigan? Did I see Michigan? I do see Michigan. Michigan is looks like January 20th. This writing is so small. I feel like I'm reading chicken scratch. Will be issued the day after. Yeah, January 20th. I haven't seen Pennsylvania. I don't see Pennsylvania on this list at all. They may be on there tomorrow. I'm going to be doing another video tomorrow going through all of the information that I found. And then I'm also going to do all of the payout dates for these new states. Yeah, everyone who gets SNAP or food stamp benefits should get the 15% increase. It just depends on your state and how quickly they are at processing it and getting it out there. So I have Louisiana. Louisiana, January 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th, and then a final run on February 5th for Louisiana. Louisiana. I think I saw Wisconsin. I'm going to look up Wisconsin for you and see what it says. January 23rd for Wisconsin. I can't say that word. I get tongue tied every time I say it. I'm fine. Muffin not found. That's an interesting name. Has anybody started receiving? Well, I don't know if there's anybody in here that's getting Happy New Year to you too. Is anybody in here that's getting what do you call that? Unemployment? Have you guys seen any changes on your case, your claim or whatever? California payout date for January is February 7th. But you should have received extra money, extra benefits, SNAP benefits on January 10th if you were already approved to receive benefits. No, I cannot talk Arabic. I only talk English and broken Spanish. Tennessee. New York, I haven't seen anything for New York yet. You guys know you can look up, you can, if you have access, they also have information sometimes. If you can't find it on the actual Department of Health Services or Human Services, depending on what they call it in your state, you can actually sometimes find information on Facebook. Um, it'll give you information on there. PEBT for California, we have not been, um, California has been dragging, you know what, they have not submitted those documents. So the last payment that we received was for August and September, but for October moving forward all the way to September of this year, I haven't seen anything new or extra. I think I have heard some talk about them doing $600. I know that's supposed to be included in the next stimulus package. They want to do $600 unemployment instead of $300, and they want it to go all the way to October of this year. They also want to try to see if they can get about $50,000 worth of student loan debt canceled. I don't really know how all of that is going to sit because there's just so many people in office that are already on biting their nails about this $2,000 stimulus check. You didn't get the $600. Are you talking about for the stimulus? Did you check the Get My Payment portal on the IRS website? It should give you information about this stimulus and the last stimulus. What did it say? Oh, I think for those that, if it said not available, I don't know why. I can't remember why, but I do remember hearing and reading something that says if the portal says that it's not available, that they won't be sending you a check. You could call the IRS to see about that, but I believe for that, you're gonna have to get your stimulus on your taxes. So you're gonna have to file your taxes, your 2020 taxes, in order for you to get that $600. You guys should be able to well, if you do file your taxes, you'll still be able to claim the $1,200 stimulus check that everybody got first time around, and the $600 stimulus check. It's like a recovery rebate or something like that. But you should be able to get it in your when you do your tax return. It's on our app for New Year that we're getting maximum SNAP. Okay, so someone just said in the chat that you guys are actually getting for New York, you're actually getting the emergency allotment. It just doesn't have a date. So that could be why I'm not seeing it on a USDA website, because they don't want to put it up here without having a date. But like I said, it may be on there tomorrow, because I check this pretty much once a day. I checked it today and just so happened to realize that there was quite a few states. I think last time I did an update, it was like 22, and now we're like at, I don't know, I want to say between 30 to 40 states that have been approved. I got the same amount I normally receive on the 10th of each month. So when is Ohio? I'm not sure. Some of the states have already started to pay out their 15% increase. Some of the states have not. They're waiting. They're trying to implement these programs. So I'm going to do some more digging and see if I can get a little bit more information. But I do know that for the states that are a month behind, I keep saying this, but for the states that are a month behind, so for example, California, we receive our benefits for December and January. So we're not going to get the 15% increase in this month because we didn't get paid for January in January. We're getting paid for January and February. So most likely, I say most likely, we should be getting the 15% increase in February. That they may receive the checks from the IRS or the stimulus. Nevada. I don't see Nevada on here for January yet. So it doesn't look like Nevada has been approved as of yet. I just got on. Did you say New York? Yeah, New York. Someone was saying in the comments, Justine, that's it says it on y'all website. Don't remember what website, but Department of Health Services does say that you guys will receive the emergency SNAP for New York, but it's not giving a date yet. Florida, you are approved for January. Pennsylvania, I have not seen on here. I don't see Pennsylvania as of yet. You're welcome, Justine. Hey, Tabitha. How are you? California is paying February 7th. Hey, Crystal. Uh-oh, somebody outside messing with somebody's car. Delaware, I don't see you approved yet. Virginia, you are approved. Social Security. I haven't said anything about Social Security as of yet. I was mainly just doing a little quick update on the $2,000 stimulus check and the emergency SNAP because I just realized that so many more states were approved. Florida, you were approved for emergency SNAP. Let me see if I can find something though. I don't want to do it on my phone. I'd rather look it up on my computer because I think it'd be just a little bit more effective. But I'll look it up. So Social Security, $200 increase. That's for 2020. Investments are for an individual retiring will rise to. I'm seeing some numbers on here about Social Security. Okay, wait a minute. I think this is what it is. Hold on, you guys. But no, this is from March. Washington, D.C. And so through the end of 2021. So it looks like those changes weren't scheduled to take place until this year anyway. But I mean, this article was like so old. This is from March. I need to do some more digging though so that I can get that information for you guys. Says this plan would give seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities who have earned this benefit by contributing to Social Security with every paycheck an additional $4,000 over the next 2 years. It's not really giving a date. It's just talking about how they feel it's going to be a benefit and this and that and the third. For at least 750 billion. Yeah, I don't see any dates. I don't see a date as of yet. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up, but I don't see a date as of yet for Social Security increase. I do see. Nope, that was in March too. I do see one that was a lot more recent in November. But from everything that I'm seeing here, it looks like it's just a proposal. I'm not really sure if that has passed or what. Veteran supplemental. Yeah, everything is just looking like it's a proposal. So most likely you guys will see more concrete changes to the $200 increase to Social Security benefits once Biden gets in office. There's not really a whole lot that he can do right now because he's not technically in office. All he can do is just talk and tell us what he wants to do. I heard that you have to get I haven't heard that. I do remember saying something a while ago on another video that they were talking about. They were trying to make it an incentive to give us a certain amount of money in terms of stimulus, but you had to go and get the what do you call that? The vaccine. I don't know how that's gonna work though. I mean, I don't know how that's gonna work. Have you found anything? Nothing about Nevada. I haven't seen anything about Nevada at all. I don't see them on here. Yeah, so I'm still reading. This one was November 12th. Um, in terms of the Social Security, but it's all centered around. It says President-elect Joe Biden's stimulus plan, and then it goes on to say an extra $200 to millions of monthly Social Security payments. Hold on, hold on. Will increase. Yeah, it's not giving a date though. It's not giving a date. But I'll definitely look into it. If I can get more information about that, you guys know I'm definitely going to talk about that in another video because I know there's quite a few people who don't have access or just are not tech savvy or don't have the time or whatever the case may be. It's easier. I know I'm lazy myself. If somebody else can do the work for me, then yep. With some things. That sounded bad. I'm not lazy like that, but with some things, yes. It is saying here, though, I'm going to just read you guys this here. When it comes to Social Security benefits, it says we will mail COLA notices throughout the month of December to retirement, survivors, and disability beneficiaries, SSI recipients, and representative payees. But if you want to know your new benefit amount sooner, you can securely obtain the Social Security COLA notice online using the message center in your My Social Security account. Yeah, but like I said, even though on this one it actually says that those $200 extra payments were approved, but again, because of all of the confusion and all of the stuff that, especially after the stuff that happened just recently, um, uh, you could talk. The stuff that just happened recently in at the Capitol, the riots or whatever it was, they are trying to get through Biden's inauguration right now before they start. I mean, like I said, there's nothing he can do right now. He's not the president. He's the president elect. So he hasn't been sworn in or any of that. I don't know. I do remember that there was someone saying something about, I remember talking about it, someone talking about the vaccines that they would give you money, your stimulus if you were to go and get the vaccine. There's been so many things that's come out. At one point, they were trying to say that they wanted to give us, and this wasn't even a politician. This was just a wealthy person. I can't remember his name, but I think I've seen this man on Shark Tank. But he was talking about doing the, what do you call that? Doing $2,000 or doing like a monthly stipend for people. But in doing the monthly stipend for people, you would have a certain amount of time that you had to spend it. So if you got your monthly stipend at the beginning of the month, then you would have until the end of the month. Like it doesn't roll over, and that's how you would keep it. But they've had so many crazy ideas about this stimulus. I think they're thinking way too hard about it. It's really not that deep. I do feel like if you're a millionaire, you don't need a stimulus check. If you and your wife are both bringing in six figures, you don't need a stimulus check. I do think that the stimulus should be more targeted, and I do know that that's what the frustration is for some of the lawmakers in DC, but not for all of them. Some of them are just against it, just to be against it. Because you don't get me started on these politicians. I'm already told y'all I'm not for any of them. I don't care too much, particularly for any of them, because I don't think any of them have our best interests in mind. I think all of them are speaking and saying certain things to appear as if they care about what's going on with the American people. But either way it go, whenever they're talking, they create factions in society, because it's like, oh, well, we want to help working class families. So for me, it's like, well, if you ain't working, then that means that you don't need money and you're not suffering. You know what I mean? We're not talking about people who are lazy. There are lazy people in the world, but everybody who's not working is not working because they're lazy. There are people who are not working because they literally just cannot work for whatever the reason may be. It's difficult. You know what I mean? Schools are still out. Everybody's doing homeschool. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel some type of way because I did not go to school to become a public education professional. So me having to be in school, I feel like all day with my children, it doesn't really leave you a whole lot of time to do anything else, much less make money, get a job. And if you're working from home, I mean, it's still difficult. You got school and you got work. It's doable, but it's difficult. Tyrell, I didn't see your question. What was it? Put it up there again, and I'm gonna be watching the chats right here. Put it up there again, and I'll answer it. Trump said he is staying the president until all traitors are arrested. I don't know about that. It's a movie. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. No matter which side of the fence you stand on, I hope that everybody right now should at least be conscious enough in their thinking to understand that there has been a lot of decisions that should have been choices, I should say, that should not have been made. Well, you can't be done, Miss Sandy. I mean, the world is what it is. It's a ever moving party. All we can do at this point is just California EDD can't log in. It say recertify. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about any glitches that may be going on with EDD, but I did see a couple of updates that I did want to talk to you guys about too, really quick, and then I'm gonna get off live because I've been on here for an hour. Don't feel like it, but it's definitely been an hour. Let me see for California EDD. Nope, that ain't it. Me saved. Oh, did you guys know in was it DC? I actually just saw this today for DC. For those of you who are in DC, I wanted to say this real quick that President Trump did actually approve an emergency declaration for you guys. This was recent. And the reason why that's important, because as long as it's considered a state of emergency, you guys can continue to get the benefits. The declaration runs from Monday to January 24th. And then we know that Biden is going to take office and on the 20th. So hopefully that means more funding, more targeted, more well-deserved funding. Good night, Lyrical. Do you think Trump's going to start another riot? I don't know. I didn't really watch the situation with the riots. I just remember reading about it and seeing it. I don't know for sure if he started it. I mean, we've been dealing with Trump for 4 years now. People are not exactly I mean, unless you just bury yourself under a rock and you don't go outside at all, other than to soak up 30 minutes of vitamin D. But other than that, um I wouldn't say he started the riots. I mean, like I said, the way that he speaks, I don't necessarily agree with it. I do think that he's a bit aggressive in the way that he speaks and the things that he says. And he does, it does come off like he's leading certain groups. But I don't know. At this point, I don't know. You know, the media is misleading in a lot of situations. I mean, we just saw that just recently with the conversation about was it Joe Manchin and the $2,000 stimulus check. We were all told immediately that he was like, no, I don't want stimulus checks. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, that's a part of the conversation. What he said was he wants the stimulus checks as long as they're targeted, and he wants to make sure that the other politicians in office are making sure that we don't die, because he wants those vaccines to, be out and about. And I agree with that. I mean, for those who want to take it. Okay. EDD. Yes, let me go back to that. I think it's this one for EDD. So for EDD, I know some states have started to disperse their extra $300 benefits. There's a lot of confusion going on regarding EDD. I've been reading on this all day. For California, the main thing for California is because there was so much fraud. If you guys didn't follow the news, there was so much fraud in California from people who didn't have a right to be claiming unemployment, who were claiming unemployment for people who were deceased, people who are in jail, or whatever the case may be. There was like billions of dollars that have been lost in unemployment. So they've been trying to create all of these different security measures on the website online to get people to verify their identity before they can now go in and continue to certify. So I know for some people, if their case says, like I know for one person, they certified for the last week that was approved in December. They still haven't received anything for that week. However, when you look at the benefit date, the benefit year date, it changed to ending December 31st, 2020 to now starting from, I think, August, and then ending in, I think it said March 10th or April 10th. So for California EDD, you just kind of have to continuously check your account and see if they've sent you anything. There's inbox in on the website online in your claim. You have a button that says inbox. If it says on there anywhere that you have unread messages in your inbox, I suggest that you go there and see what it is, because it could be them sending you information on how to verify your identity, or it could be them telling you that you need to restart your claim. I know some people have had to redo their claim all over again because they're getting ready to now assess if you're even eligible to receive the PUA or PEUC benefits. So they have to assess all of that all over again. And then for some people, it's just asking them to verify themselves. So it's really case by case. I do know that they stopped quite a few people. It was like over 1 million people's claims just before the new year. So they're saying that they should have gotten everything updated by, I believe, January 16th or 17th. I believe. So we'll say probably around the end of this week, they should have updated that information. But well, all right, you guys. I think I'm going to call it a night. It has been over an hour. I do appreciate you guys joining me in this live. I think if it went very well, I'm going to do this more often to give you guys a chance to ask me questions just like this. So that way, if I miss something in my regular video, or you miss something, or is there something that I didn't cover, you have the ability to ask me. But I'm going to jump off right now because I have got to get dinner started and get ready for my next day. So as soon as I can figure out how to end, I will end. Did you say good morning? Good night, Darlene. You too, Deborah. The key for what? Oh, she's outside. Good night, y'all. Good night, everybody. Check for my video though tomorrow. I'm going to go over the payout dates for all of these states. And then, yeah, any extra information that I find, I'm going to be up doing my due diligence tonight to make sure that I get as much information I can about Social Security and unemployment and all of that. But yeah, I'm gonna get off, you guys. So I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Peace.